The question is that the bill be now read a second time. Mr. Louis Ng.
Madam, this bill will update and refine drafting practices, clarify the system for delegation of ministerial functions, and provide for Parliament's continuity arrangements. These are necessary and welcome amendments. I will focus on the amendments on the delegation of ministerial functions. I have 3 points to raise. First, the bill proposes to allow the delegation of ministers' function to a public body or public officer unless express or implied contrary intention appears in the Act. It would be very useful to the Court to have clear guidance on how contrary intentions should be inferred. The Court of Appeal in Asia Development Private Limited versus Attorney General cited an English case for the position that the Court should consider the nature, scope, and purpose of the function vested in the minister and the relevant language of the statute and of the specific provision. Can the minister provide more specific guidance on what factors should be considered in inferring implied contrary intention? Moving forward, will the ministry consider requiring ministries to include more express language on the delegation of ministerial function when drafting bills to avoid courts having to go through the process of inferring intention? Second, the bill allows delegation of function to a public body or a public officer. Helpfully, the bill clarifies that if a ministerial function depends on the minister's opinion, belief, or state of mind, the delegate may exercise the function based on the delegate's opinion, belief, or state of mind. While this can be done where ministerial function is delegated to a public officer, it is less clear how opinion, belief, or state of mind of a public body should be determined. Can the minister clarify how a public body's opinion, belief, or state of mind should be determined? Third, the Court of Appeal, again in Asia Development Private Limited versus Attorney General, suggested that it is good practice for government agencies to clearly identify the role and capacity in which they are acting, and to explain this promptly when challenged. The Court also noted that it would be helpful to adopt a measure of formality in communication of government decision, so there is little room of confusion over which party one is dealing with and in what capacity they are acting. Can ministers share if there are plans for public agencies to adopt the Court's recommendation in practice? Madam, notwithstanding my clarifications, I stand in support of the bill.